हाँ सर, आप स्टार्ट कर दो।
Hello, welcome back. Good evening. How are you? Yes, it's going. It's very hot this day. I believe summer started month of June. But yes, irrespective, here we are to learn something new. So yes, we are on day 2 of June, second day of the month, and as usual, we are bringing something new, a new word of the day, right? So word of the day, yes. If you can see on the screen, it is intact. I'm sure you must have heard it, you must have learned it, or you must have, seen it in newspapers, articles, or maybe news channels, or maybe in your books also. This is very common term and on social media platform also. But most of us are not aware of the meaning of this word. Hence, I brought it for you. So this is our vocabulary, day of the word of the day. Intact. Intact means as is, unbreakable, or in good condition. Let's say an example: the file was corrupted, but it is intact now. Intact. It means something got corrupted, खराब हो गई कोई चीज, but now it is in the same condition as it was. For example, there was a vase, वो गिर गया and it got broken up, and now you got it repaired. There was a glass, it fell down, got broken up, but now you have got it repaired now. So intact means in its original condition or without any means उसके अंदर कुछ dent नहीं है. It can be used for any purpose. If you're working in an organization, the file which has a lot of file contain a lot of viruses or maybe a lot of errors, the file is not correct. So you can say after correcting it, the file is now intact, the mail is now intact, the language is intact. Intact means in a good condition, right? Yes, so that is word of the day, means intact. Moving ahead. Yes, moving ahead. So if you know, yesterday we were discussing about communication. So it will remain the same. We will continue with it. What we were discussing about formal communication, informal communication, and their types. So we're gonna continue in that because we're gonna excel that one, excel that skills of communication first and foremost. So yes, let me bring that for you. So this we have already discussed. I hope you got the crux. What type of communication we have? One is formal, one is non-formal. So in fact, around the universe, the communication, there are only two pillars. One is the formal one is informal, or we can say non-formal. Yes, wherever you go, non-formal is like in the community, social media, or social platform. You are socialized with any, let's say, a group of friends or your family, wherein you are mostly into non-formal communication. But apart from that, the formal one is like school, colleges, organization, everywhere. So I recommend we should more target on the formal one, because we need to excel the formal one. Because if we are excelling formal communication में, whatever you learn, जो भी आप सीखते हो, and you are implementing in non-formal one, acceptable है, right? Non-form, अगर आप formally किसी से बात कर रहे हो non-formal culture में, nobody gonna say कि ये गलत है. In fact, वो भी कहेंगे कि यार you are very professional, so that is fine. But अगर आप non-formal communication पे pitch in करते हो, ज़्यादा focus करते हो, and then that non-formal will not help you, because that you cannot implement in your formal life, formal culture. And in our lifespan, 80% of the communication which we require, which we need to showcase, is in the formal culture. So formal culture could be a school or a college, the organization where you work for. If you are running a business, then of course your clients, or if you are going to a party and representing yourself on the very first time, if you're representing yourself in a group of large audience, or wherever you are going, any formal institute, any formal community, So everything is formal uh, before it is actually a non. I mean, everything is formal before, right? Then it becomes non-formal. For example, you go to a park every day in the morning, and you see a lot of people around you are doing jogging, walking, and exercising. Somehow you meet people every day in the park. You are very formal, right? Somebody is coming in from the same community, somebody is coming from different community. Then you greet each other. Hello, what is your name? He asks you, what do you do? Kahan rehte ho aap? Right? So that is very formal first. You start your friendship भी ऐसे नहीं आपको कोई दोस्त बन जाता है, पहले वो formal culture में आता है. Once when you greet, then it become your daily habit. उसी पार्क में वही आपसे बंदा रोज रोज मिल रहा है, then you will get into an informal culture. फिर उसको आप maybe you invite to him at your home and he did the same thing, then it becomes a non-formal, but it started from formal one. Similarly, अगर आपका कोई friend circle है, कोई भी group है, group non-formal होता है, but before it was non-formal, उससे पहले वो formal था. Because ऐसे ही नहीं आपका कोई I mean शुरू से दोस्त रहा हो. With non-formal से तो you cannot, we do not introduce ourselves with non-formal. Hey, what's up? No. So everything starts from formal, and afterwards it becomes in non-formal. Even though in an organization also at times, to those who are as immediate supervisors, though we know that when we join an organization, it is a very formal culture. बट ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में भी जो आपके सुपरवाइजर्स हैं, कॉलिग्स हैं, बॉसेस हैं, सबसे आप पहले फॉर्मल कल्चर के हिसाब से बात करते हो, बिहेव करते हो. बट धीरे 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 व्हेन यू आर मोर इनटू इट, it becomes an informal culture also, non-formal culture also in the organization. Maybe आपके सुपरवाइजर से रिलेशन आपके non-formal हो, but it started with the formal. So that is why the key is formal. The key is formal. So we need to ensure our formal communication should be that much strong so that we can excel on non-formal. All right. So we discussed these 4 parameters yesterday also. Downward communication, which comes from upper management. Bosses are giving orders, instructions to their peers, colleagues, ki guys ye karna, ye nahi karna. Upward communication in the form of complaints, grievances, ki this has to be followed. Employees are not happy, वो कह रहे क्या कंपनी है यार, ये यहाँ तो ये होता है, यहाँ ये होता है. Okay, I have a question to all of you. If you are into a business, if you are working somewhere, if you are in a school, college, wherever, are you happy currently wherever you are? 90% of the people will say no, right? They will crib. If they're working in an organization, they will say हमारी company सबसे बेकार है. कोई भी worker, employee, they do not say that I am at a safe zone, I'm in a good company, irrespective. So guys, distance, there is a saying, distance hills looks green. हिंदी में इसको बोलते हैं दूर के ढोल सुहावने. So do not get into that thing कि यार मेरी organization बेकार है, उसकी organization अच्छी है. When you talk to that person, when you वो को बताता है मेरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में ये भी है, जैसे यार हमारे में तो ये है, लेकिन जब वो बंदा किसी और से बात करेगा वो भी ये कहेगा यार मेरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बेकार है. So everyone is like, life ऐसी हो चुकी है, we crib a lot, we nag a lot, honestly we nag a lot. ये नहीं है, ये नहीं, we are not content, we are not happy. So we should have a sense of satisfaction within, right? I'm not saying कि wherever you are just be happy कि मेरा यही level था वहीं पे रुक जाओ. No, I'm not saying that. Of course we should aim for high. Wherever we are, we should always work for the next level. If you are promoted to F1 position, doesn't mean you will stop there. You don't hard work. You need to excel yourself day on day. Every day we need to brush up our skills every day, because it's a very tough competitive market. We are getting into a automation, robotics, a lot of new things, technology. So you need to upskill yourself every day. You need, wherever you are, you should think that आपका एक गोल होना चाहिए, after down the line 5 years I will be this. आपका फिर उसके बाद you achieved it, go for next. But it's not about कि when you are achieving it, be there, or if you're not getting into a position, you nag it. No. So always remember, success is a journey, it's not a destination. It's a journey, of course. Of course, when you achieve it, you aim for next. When you achieve it, you aim for. So it's a journey. It's not a destination. People say, I want to be a successful person in my life. What is successful? Success is a journey. So how can, when you want that I am now successful? So ideally, a successful person is that who have got very important three things in the life. First and foremost, सबसे ज़्यादा important होता है peace, shanti, satisfaction. That is important. Peace. Second is the happiness. Happiness is not that if I have money, I am happy. If I don't have money, no. Of course, money matters a lot. Happiness is like it's a state of mind. Wherever, whichever condition you are in, so are you are surviving? Are you your mental peace of mind? Are you happy? So peace, happiness, and third is that time. A successful person is one who has got time for himself or for his family. Yes, it's not about your working day and night. You do not get even 10 minutes for yourself. You cannot sit with your family, friends, parents. You cannot even, you do not have a single minute. I don't consider this a happy, it's a successful person. So a successful means you are certainly peace, you have peace, you are content, you are delighted, whatever you are. एक संतुष्टि, आत्मिक संतुष्टि होनी चाहिए. Second is that state of happiness. Wherever you are, you have a state of happiness in you. You are not into a tensing situation. Third is time. You're getting time for yourself and your family. So these factors, agar hai life mein, person is successful. Of course, I'm not saying money doesn't play an important role. Money is important, but it depends. So money kya bhi kya hai basically. So there is a theory. I'll tell you that theory in my next class or maybe next to next. Maslow theory. It's a business. There was a businessman Maslow. He identified इंसान की 7 needs होती है. सबसे पहली होती है basic need, basic necessities. Of course, रोटी कपड़ा और मकान. We want that. These are the basic amenities. So nowadays it's roti kapda or makan and communication skills also. So if that is fulfilled, next is your desire to achieve something. You should have a car. You look for a comfort level now. Car or whatever you have, maybe a small car. Once that is achieved comfort level, third is your sense of desire, sense of, what do we say, you basically your desires increase. Now you look for, I do have a car, I have a comfort level, I'm okay, but status, you look for status. For status you want a big car, branded clothes, jewelry, a beautiful house to showcase, basically to show off. So these are the desires, and desires are unlimited. It cannot be stopped. अगर आप आज चाहते हो कि मुझे I should achieve this in my life and I will be happy. Believe you me, once you have it, you will aim for next thing. If I want that I should have a Lamborghini, I will be very happy. Once you have it, you will aim for something else. It's not that it's a human needs are unlimited. ये वो समुंदर है जो कभी भर नहीं सकता. It's unlimited. कोई maybe I say today I should have a big sports Mercedes car, and I should have a bungalow at this place, and my bank balance should be in 7 digit, and I should be maybe I will have it. I will have it one day, but what else? I will look for something else. So that is ongoing process. It's not going to end anyway. So you should be happy wherever you are, in which condition you are. Maybe we should also look for people who are not even at the same level where we are. At least we are feeding ourselves. हम रात को खाना खा के तो सोते हैं. There are people they do not. In fact, if you look around, there are in fact so many people, they are deprived of food. Whatever we feel like, whatever we wish, we can have it, right? So I understand that money is important, but same time, wherever you are, you should be happy. Compare yourself with those people. I tell you a story. One day there was a it's a real thing. One of my friends shared with me. He works for an organization somewhere near to Gurgaon. It's an MNC. So what used to happen, so he was getting his in so those companies people, they used to provide cabs for home pickups and home drop. So he used to crib a lot basically. He used to crib a lot. So जब पिकअप होता था उनका, they used to say कि गाड़ी में, so on that time AC नहीं होता था गाड़ी में during that time. So he used to crib a lot कि गाड़ी में we do not have AC and all. So one day what happened, they were traveling through a road. They were traveling through a road and they found that there was a group of five, we call it those who make our house, mentions, mazdoor, in a scorching heat, बहुत गर्मी के अंदर, they were on a road and doing some work. और उनके छोटे छोटे बच्चे वहीं धूप में बैठे हुए थे. He was looking in the cab कि the moment he saw it, he got goosebumps. And then he called me and said, Ishant, that I used to crib a lot कि गाड़ी में AC नहीं है, ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है. But when I saw those guys on a scorching heat, they were doing some work just to earn a loaf of bread day, because they are the daily earners. और उनके बच्चे ऐसे धूप में पड़े हुए हैं और वो ऐसे काम कर रहे थे because of food. So he realized, he thanked to God, he is sitting in a cab who is taking him to office, which is fully air conditioned, and the same cab will pick him from the office and drop that person at home. घर से गाड़ी उठाती है, ऑफिस पहुंचा जाती है. Same similarly, the only thing is do not have a AC in the duration of his journey. Otherwise at home he has a office, he has a AC, and in the office also he has an AC. But when he saw those guys on scorching heat, he realized I'm far better. And that's a life, reality of life. Until and unless we do not see people around under us कि हमसे भी बेकार condition में है, we do not realize this. You know what? If entire world is blind, if entire world is blind, and there is only one person, for example, if entire world is blind, I'm just taking an example, I only have the eyes, I will not be care about my dress, my furniture, my AC, my car, because the world can't see me. It's the eyes of other people. It's the eyes of other people जिसके लिए हम ये सब करते हैं, show off करते हैं कि ये होना चाहिए. So we need to look life in a different aspect also. Right. So as I was telling you, there are multiple aspects. As I'm telling you, this is not that we should not care about money. Of course, it is important. But side by side, there are two factors. One is, if you are very sad and if you think I do not have anything, just look around those people who do not have whatever you have right now. At least you can, you know, when you wake up in the morning, you can see the world. You can go anywhere. You should thank to God whatever you have. Without anything you have, we do not thank to God whatever we have without asking. लेकिन हम मांगते रहते हैं, ये दे दो, वो दे दो. जो चीजें already हैं, उनका तो we have never even thanked about it. So that is also important. One more story I tell you. There was a child. He was very stubborn. He said to his father, I need shoes. Light वाले shoes चाहिए उसको. But his father was very poor person. They did not have money to get him shoes. उनके पास पैसे नहीं थे बच्चे को जूते खरीदने के लिए. But he forced him, nahi, I need shoes, I need new shoes, I need new. वो कहता रहा, kept on saying, he cried and all. His father was like helpless because he did not have money. Then he asked for money he went to ask money from people, but nobody lent him money. किसी ने पैसा नहीं दिया उसको. Somehow उनके घर में कुछ रखा हुआ था सामान. उन्होंने वो सामान बेचा. वो सामान उनको पैसे मिले. And then he said, okay बेटा, चलो पैसे अरेंज हो गए, आज मैं आपको जूते दिलाता हूँ. Because the son was stubborn, very stubborn. मुझे चाहिए तो जूते चाहिए. अब क्या करते हैं पेरेंट्स भी, कैसे ना कैसे करके पैसे अरेंज किए. And he said, okay, चलो. और जब वो जा रहे होते हैं तो बच्चा साथ में होता है. बच्चा क्या देखता है, there is a guy coming with those sticks, जिनकी टांगे नहीं होती, वो स्टिक्स के साथ चलते हैं। वो स्टिक्स को देखते एक बंदा आ रहा है, छोटा सा बच्चा होता है उसी की एज का, जिसकी टांगे नहीं है, वो स्टिक्स के साथ आ रहा है। वो जब उसको देखता है वो वहीं रुक जाता है और थोड़ी देर के लिए सोचता है कि ये क्या है। फिर वो अपने पापा को कहता है, पापा आई डू नॉट नीड शूज, लेट्स गो बैक होम। उसके पापा को कहते हैं, इसको क्या हो गया, अभी तक ये 2 दिन से रट लगा रखा है, सुबह से मैं इतना परेशान किया, अब इसको क्या होगा। कहते नहीं बेटा, अब तुम चलो जूते लेते। कह रहे नहीं पापा। Then his father asked him again, what happened, tell me. He said to his father that I am honestly thanking to God to giving me at least legs. मैंने एक बच्चा देखा है जिसकी legs भी नहीं है और मैं एक जूतों के लिए रो रहा हूँ. So God has given me legs and I'm crying for shoes, but I have seen a guy who doesn't even have legs and I'm crying for shoes. वो सुनते ही उसके पेरेंट्स के आंख में आंसू आ जाते हैं. So that is something, an example of we are blessed with so many things, but we do not realize that. And in fact, we look here and there, and there, right? So just to wrap it, I give you one more example. So always you should, when you are sad कि कुछ नहीं है, think about that there are those. But on the other side, I'm not saying that you should be relaxedly sitting कि हाँ मैं उनसे आया. अगर you should aim for high, you should have some role models in your life कि मुझे वो achieve करना है. लेकिन उस achievement के चक्कर में you should not crib, you should not get into a stress, you should work hard. आपको hard work करना है so that you aim for it. You should have a fire in yourself. अगर वो fire ही नहीं है, you cannot work for it. Fire जरूर होनी चाहिए कि हाँ this is my aim in life and I have to do that. Do not let that fire blow off. उस fire को अपने अंदर रखना, and because of that fire you will certainly fight for different things. Just to say one more thing, money certainly plays an important role in our life, because it is more easier to cry in a BMW rather than on a bicycle. टेंशन उसको भी है जो BMW है, जिसके पास टेंशन उसको भी है जिसके पास साइकिल है, लेकिन it is more comfortable to cry in a BMW rather than a bicycle. I hope you got what I'm trying to make you understand. Anyways, these are some of the examples which I wanted to give you in case, because it is also important. Motivation is also important. There are some people, stress बहुत है आजकल के लाइफ में. We do not have a lot of stress. So engage yourself in those activities which make you feel less. Stress should not be in our life, right? Engage yourself. So that is why during these classes, I understand learning is also important. But my motto is that wherever you are, you should be happy first and foremost. Because if you're happy, your mind is active. And if your mind is active, you can learn anything in a fresh mind, right? Moving ahead, informal communication. Formal वाला कल हमने पढ़ लिया था. Informal communication क्या है अब? Now, informal communication is a casual and unofficial form of communication wherein the information is exchanged spontaneously between two or more persons without confirming the prescribed official rules, process, system, formalities, and chain of command. In fact, informal communication spontaneously होता है. Formal में तो आप सोचते हो ना, यार मैं अपने बॉस से बात, अगर मुझे छुट्टी चाहिए, ऐसा नहीं सीधा जाके कल मैं नहीं आऊंगा सर. Doesn't happen. So you think it. आप सोचते हो कि पहले मैं बॉस का मूड देखूंगा कि यार मूड कैसा है, and then you make words कि मैं ऐसे बोलूं कि कल मैं नहीं आऊंगा सर, या ऐसे बोलूं सर कैन आई टेक ए लीव, या ऐसे बोलूं कि सर ड्यू टू दिस रीजन. You make words and then you speak. Or similarly, when you write message to the boss कि मैं for example किसको unfortunately unplanned leave which was not planned due to some urgent work at home छुट्टी लेनी पड़ेगी, आप सोचते हो ना, सिंपली मैसेज तो नहीं आ रहा बॉस आई एम नॉट कमिंग. यू थिंक यार ऐसा मैसेज डालो तो दैट जिससे बॉस को भी गुस्सा ना आ जाए. और आप कई लोग ऐसे होते हैं 10 बार मैसेज टाइप करते हैं, 10 बार डिलीट करते हैं, यार ये सही है ये सही है. सो यू थिंक बिफोर यू स्पीक और बिफोर यू राइट. दैट इज फॉर्मल वन. बट इन इनफॉर्मल you say it spontaneously. आपको कोई फ्रेंड पार्टी में जाना है बट somehow आप नहीं जा रहे हो, आप सोचते हो कि मैं उसको कैसे मना करूँ. अब सिंपल बोलो यार ये प्रॉब्लम हो गई, मैं नहीं आ सकता. अगर आप फैमिली में पेरेंट्स को बता रहे हो कि मैं लेट आऊंगा आज, सोचते हो कि कैसे बताऊं मम्मी को कि मैं आज लेट आऊंगा. सिंपल बोलते हो मम्मी मैं आज लेट. So informal में you do not think, spontaneously you speak. And you must have seen a word called chain of command. Chain of command का मतलब यहाँ पर है supervisor और peers, official environment. So यहाँ पर कोई chain of command follow नहीं करता, कोई rule नहीं होता कि communication ऐसे flow होगा. It could be flow in any direction, right? So informal KV, there are certain, as I told you, formal is also good. Yes, it is always, but there are certain benefits of informal communication. Informal communication के benefit ये होता है, formal communication में you may not be able to express your feelings freely. कुछ कई because हम हर चीज नहीं बोलते हैं. We prepare words. We showcase words. हम words को gift बना के अच्छे अच्छे words बोलते हैं कि यार दूसरे को अच्छा लगे. हम दूसरे को convince करते हैं basically formal communication में. We use convincing language. Basically जिसको हम बोलते हैं कि गिफ्ट बना के रैप करके उसको सजा के बोलते हैं प्लीज हेलो एंड वी थिंक अ लॉट. सो फॉर्मल में योर माइंड लिटरली इज वेरी एक्टिव. वो सोचता है हर चीज को बोलने से पहले, करने से पहले. लेकिन इनफॉर्मल में क्या होता है, इनफॉर्मल में आपको इतना सोचने की जरूरत नहीं होती है. आप अपने एक्सप्रेशंस, अपनी फीलिंग्स फ्रीली एक्सप्रेस कर सकते हो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, यू आर वेरी सैड ड्यू टू XYZ रीजन. मे बी आपके यू आर इन ऑफिस एंड कुछ पर्सनल इश्यूज हैं, पर्सनल फैमिली प्रॉब्लम्स चल रही है. आप अपने बॉस को डायरेक्टली नहीं शेयर कर सकते. आपके वर्क कंसंट्रेशन नहीं हो रहा है, योर बॉस माइट आस्क यू व्हाई यू आर नॉट एबल टू कंसंट्रेट. आप बोलोगे आई अंडरस्टैंड देयर इज सम पर्सनल प्रॉब्लम ऑनगोइंग, बट आप शेयर नहीं कर रहे हो. बट अगर आपका कोई फ्रेंड है ऑफिस में wherein you share informal relations with him, so wherein he will ask you what happened, tell me, let's go for a tea, right, let's go for a coffee. आप उसके बाद ब्रेक लेते हो, then you share कि यार ऐसे ऐसे प्रॉब्लम हो गई, I'm very depressed and all. तो जब आप उससे शेयर करते हो you feel good. What happens if we are sharing our problems, if we are sharing something with someone, हम अंदर से हल्का फील करते हैं, we feel very light. So informal का ये बेनिफिट होता है. Informal communication भी जरूरी है in this society, because if you are 100% you become formal, you will not be express your feelings, you will not be express your challenges with, आप किसी से कुछ शेयर नहीं कर पाओगे. You will be in a boundary कि आपको क्या बोलना है क्या नहीं बोलना, वो एक उसमें रह जाओगे आप एक फ्रेम के अंदर कि यार ये नहीं बोलना, ये नहीं बोलना. बिकॉज इनफॉर्मल में आप खुल के बोलते हो. यू कैन आस्क, यू कैन स्पीक एनीथिंग, राइट. जो आपके दिल में आता है आप बोल देते हो. यू एक्सप्रेस. अगर ऐसे ऑफिस में आपने बोलने लगा जो दिल में आया, देन यू विल बी वन डे यू विल बी लाइक यू नो स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड कुछ भी बोल देता है. देन देयर आर चांसेस दैट पीपल विल नॉट लाइक यू. सो therein we are very formal, but in informal में ये benefit होता है. You, if you are in stress, via informal communication your stress will be removed, क्योंकि आप share कर रहे हो बातें, अपनी feelings किसके. maybe you feel like crying and then you try, maybe feel कि you are like on cloud nine, you want to laugh, you will laugh. So informal is also important. Formal is like in only for industries and for these business aspects, but internally human body की बात करें तो they need informal, right? I hope this is you're getting it, the what I'm trying to make you understand. So now there are 4 types of informal communication. So informal communication को हम grapevine भी बोलते हैं. Grapevine, right? That shows how the communication is facilitated. So there are 4 types: single strain chain, gossip chain, probability chain, cluster chain. Single strain chain is just like normal people are talking with each other. Gossip chain is like a chatterbox. आपने ऑफिसेस में देखा होगा या कोई ग्रुप बना होता है लोगों का, पूरा दिन गॉसिप्स करते रहते हैं. कभी कोई गॉसिप, कभी कोई गॉसिप, कभी कोई गॉसिप, कभी किसी की बात उठा ली, कभी किसी की बात उठा ली. That's a gossip chain. Probability chain, people form small groups. That's called probability chain. Cluster chain, कोई किसी के साथ कैसे बात करे कोई, there is no such form. So that is informal communication. I understand that formal is very very critical and I recommend that you should learn formal communication, but You should have some aspects of, you should have people, friends around you, those to whom you can share things if required, because that is also important. अगर आप share नहीं करते हो चीजें, one day you will feel like you need a psychiatrist. Honestly, because of this stressful life, we get a lot of things in our mind: career challenge, life, personal life challenge, professional life challenge, tension, so many things, EMIs, financial management, and so many things, studies, further studies, future. In, we, we have one life and we have got multiple things in our life and we are totally clustered, चारों तरफ से जकड़े हुए हैं। हम अगर आज सोचते हैं कि अगर हम एक टेंशन ले रहे हैं आज कि यार मेरे को ये टेंशन नहीं करना है, until unless उससे बड़ी कोई टेंशन नहीं आती वो नहीं भूलते हैं, उसके बड़ी कोई टेंशन आ गई वो भूल जाएंगे, right? So this is life, so we should have some companion to whom we can talk, we can share. This way we can feel better also. Anyways, that was informal communication. Now if you can see the topic, 5 essential communication skills. Yes. Today I'm going to tell you there are 5 important communication skills. वो क्या है? पहला है first and foremost written communication. A written communication is when you convey ideas, information through the use of written language. Written language means जब आप लिखते हो, that is called written communication. Second आता है oral communication, wherein you convey ideas and information through the use of spoken language, मतलब बात करके. Third आता है non verbal and visual communication. अब non verbal और visual communication का क्या मतलब है? Non verbal means we were discussing yesterday, if you remember, body language. Body language, visuals, smile, facial expressions, hand movements, flow walk, or if you are sharing a story in that anger or in that mode, whatever is the situation. So that important. Active listening, it is very, very important. Active listening is very important. एक चीज याद रखना, your tongue may get you in a situation where you are stuck, but your ears will always be loyal to you. मुंह से बात बोली जाती है तभी हम we destroy relation या कुछ ऐसा बोल जाते हैं कुछ, but if you will listen more, you will never be in trouble. So listening is important than speaking. जो इंसान ज्यादा सुनने में बिलीव करता है, they are more successful. Until unless we are into a stage where speaking is more required than listening, ensure that we listen more, because if you listen more, you are more knowledgeable. Contextual communication. Contextual communication is that overall, basically it encompasses all the communication context, right? So yes, written, oral, non-verbal, active, and so make sure we are effective in each category. Moving ahead. Yes, I'm sure everyone wants to learn public speaking. Public speaking is like those who are master in that, we become fan for them कि यार ये बोल कैसे लेते हैं, इतनी बड़ी स्टेज पे इतने बड़े ऑडियंस के सामने कैसे बोल लेते हैं, हम जाएंगे हम तो नर्वस हो जाएंगे, and they are इतना सारा स्टफ मटेरियल ये लोग कहाँ से लाते हैं, we cannot do it. So public speaking is basically, what is public? पहले तो समझते हैं. Essentially, public speaking is a presentation given live before a crowd of people. It can cover a wide range of topics. The objective of the speech might be to instruct, to influence, or to engage, or to educate, or to entertain the listener. Importance of public speaking comes in handy at every important event of our lives. अब public speaking क्यों की जाती है? या तो instructions के लिए, maybe there is a instruction curfew लगा है कहीं, कुछ security reasons हैं, People instruct कि guys we have to follow this. Influence के लिए political rallies होती हैं, leaders, political नेता लोग during elections, they influence people, they convince people to vote us, engage. For example, कोई noble cause हो रहा है, Environment Day, Earth Day, wherein different NGOs, they ask people to contribute in terms of plant a tree. Earth Day पे सबको एक टाइम पे लाइट्स बंद करनी है. Educate people, give different speeches on education to entertain the listeners. Comedians ये क्या करते हैं, public speaking में there are certain shows wherein audience is sitting and they are just cracking jokes when we say their sense of humor is good, so entertain the listeners. So public speaking का मतलब ये नहीं होता कि public speaking could be for any reason, right? Herein I am also doing a public speaking, honestly, because you guys are listening to me. It's just like I'm, instead of a road, I'm just sitting on a YouTube channel and telling you. So what I'm doing here, am I instructing, influencing, engaging, educating, or what? I'm educating, I'm motivating, right? Or maybe entertaining. If you think that you feel good, you feel your sense, if you are in stress and you see my video and then you feel good, so I'm entertaining you, I'm motivating you, right? So it could be anyone. For example, throughout the day we get tired and we are due to our hectic schedule. The moment I see a video which motivates me a lot, I feel good. So that person is motivating us. So public speaking ka not only one purpose that to speak. First and foremost, what is what I'm getting from that public speaking. अगर कोई politician मेरे area में आता है, association में आता है, होता है ना, usually MPs, MLAs during election or before the election, they do come, and then the normal, those who are associated with parties, they come to our home कि कल नेताजी आ रहे हैं, आप लोगों को इतने बजे यहाँ पर आना है. So what do we say when we go there? वो वहाँ पर क्या करते हैं नेताजी? वो भी एक स्पीच देते हैं. वो एजुकेट तो करते नहीं है ना, एंटरटेन करते हैं. और they basically, they don't even for the purpose of instructing, they influence people, they convince people कि guys हमने इतने काम कर लिए हैं, हम आगे ये करेंगे, वो करेंगे, आप हमें वोट दीजिए, right? Or for example, there's a teacher who is uh, facilitating a speech in a larger group of students. That teacher is educating and sharing an important message, or maybe a principal of the school in a hall of school prayer ground is telling a message. That means he's instructing the students, students, this is what you have to do. So public speaking could be of any one of the reason, to motivate, to instruct, to influence, to educate, to entertain, right? कोई भी एक reason हो सकता है. So that is basically a public speaking. You should know the motto of this public speaking. Motto क्या है कि what is that person doing it? There are certain motivational speakers you see on the YouTube. They in a larger audience, group of audience. What they do, they motivate, they entertain. Right? That is, every public speaking has a different motto. So that is public speaking. Moving ahead, what are the three purposes of public speaking? अभी हमने just पढ़ा three purpose. क्या हो सकता है? To inform, to persuade, and to entertain. So what I'm doing right now, I'm informing, right? Or maybe entertaining. Informing, I'm giving you information. Persuade, those नेता लोग जो भी leaders होते हैं, they persuade, they convince people. और comedians, they entertain people. हर किसी का अलग purpose होता है. कोई inform करता है, कोई convince करता है, कोई entertain करता है. So every speaker has their own motto. They don't tell it directly. Likewise, if I'm sharing a message, I'm not telling that I'm informing you. Indirectly, we know it's information for us. Similarly, if a politician is in the larger rallies or group and giving a speech, he or she doesn't say that I'm convinced. That automatically means that's a persuading speaking. Similar to that, if there is a comedian on a stage show, he's entertaining, but that is not he's directly saying, yeah, I'm entertaining. So guys, these are the three purposes of public speaking. Moving ahead, 7 elements of public speaking. Now we're gonna discuss what are the 7 elements. First is speaker. The speaker is the person giving the speech, or rather the genesis of the communication process. Of course, speaker is the main, जो basically stage पे आता है, जो nervous भी होता है, and at times speaker is the main window of the public speaking. हमारा speaker कैसा है? If the speaker is nervous, then 2 minutes में public will get to know that the speaker is nervous. So speaker is the main window है. The message is the information you want your audience to get from your public speech. Of course, whosoever is a speaker, he must have framed, he must have designed, he must have basically written a message for his audience. कोई एक मैसेज होगा. पब्लिक स्पीकिंग का जो स्पीकर है उसके एक मैसेज भी एस्पेक्ट है. थर्ड है ऑडियंस. What type of audience listening to that message? Are they kids, college students, or maybe old age people? Channel, medium क्या है? Stage show है, video conferencing है, via press conferencing है, via this YouTube mechanism है, or maybe a statement है, press release है, could be any medium. Interference, कोई interference तो नहीं है, कोई disturbance. For example, what happens when these delegates, foreign delegates or people of ministry, when they go to speech, public speaking के लिए जब ये लोग जाते हैं तो क्या होता है? Rallies में there are more chances of interferences. Interferences means security. We know that there have been certain instances in the past, लोगों ने slippers उठा के फेंके leaders के ऊपर. कई leaders को I have seen certain messages, वो जब public speaking में rallies को address करते हैं, एक shield आती है glass की, उस glass shield को बंद करके वहाँ पर session भी देते हैं. So interference, basically disturbance, anti-social elements. अगर कोई rally में आ गए, their main intent is that riot होना चाहिए. So वो भी एक aspect है. In a larger audience, you never know किसकी क्या intention हो. I have seen a concert wherein there was a singer. It's a real thing I'm telling you. A singer was singing a song at the concert. I was there. So what I found, there are people, they thrown tomatoes on the stage. Audience itni thi, there were certain bouncers, they could not find out those guys because it was huge rush. So interference bhi hota hai. So every speaker has to ensure it could turn out to be bad also. So very, very important when a speaker is going for a larger audience, very larger audience, and they don't know what type of audience is that. If you haven't studied the audience, you better go with preparations, right? We better go with the preparations. When you know your audience, if you're going to a school or a college, I'm sure there are less chances of interferences. The only interferences we may see when we know that our crowd is unknown to us and if they hate you. So you need to study first whether they are, what type of people they are. Feedback. Of course, you are addressing a rally and you are addressing to audience. Somehow somebody has asked you a question in front of entire group and you are live on throughout the nation. कोई एक ऐसा question आपको पूछ रहा है wherein you are stuck. Have you seen that movie called Nayak, wherein the person is where the hero Anil Kapoor becomes one day chief minister? And then when he interviewed with the chief minister with Amrish Puri, that he asked different questions, and that channel, the interview is live throughout the nation. So that is also very important when you are addressing to a, you are doing a public speaking, you are addressing to people. Somebody may have any question for you. If you are a politician, somebody might ask you, you are giving so many promises to us, but did you actually have done this? तब आपके पास कोई जवाब नहीं. So make sure when you go well prepared, because I'm sure you would have seen these politicians. You know, you can learn very much from them, not only in English. See, हर किसी इंसान से कुछ ना कुछ सीखने को मिलता है. I've seen certain people on this media platform. These I'm not sure if these are planned or not, but whatever they have been questioned, they have readily answers available. Some of, if you see these debates nowadays in every channel, there are certain debates come from different parties. People come in. I don't know whether it is planned or what, but at times it is showing, they are showing it's live, and when they question, and they have answers for everything. हर चीज का जवाब होता है उनके पास. So they are very diplomatic. So we get to learn from every person. So when you see public speaking, जब आप ये public speakings के देखोगे कैसे audience होते हैं, क्या पूछे जाते हैं, कुछ भी सवाल आ सकता है, right? Last but not the least, situation. Of course, situation matters a lot. आपकी क्या situation है उस time, what type of, if it is a very grave situation, आप किसी ऐसी situation में आए हो जहाँ का माहौल थोड़ा different है, then you need to talk about differently. For example, you have come to address something which is very serious. वहाँ पर अगर आप एक joke crack कर रहे हो, people will not like you. And similarly, if the audience is very jovial in nature, they're expecting something for fun, and you're talking about every serious moment with them, they won't like it. So situation also matters a lot. Right? So these are the 7 elements of public speaking: speaker, message, audience, channel or medium, interference, feedback, situation. Right? So before we wrap this class, because in our next classes we have a lot of things for you. I have an activity for you. For my next class, I will tell you an activity. It's very good activity wherein that is a surprise for you. Tomorrow I'll reveal that activity. But there are certain tips I want to give you for public speaking. If you, in case you have got an opportunity कि आपको public speaking, I don't know if you are interested or not, but you must, public speaking is that platform. अगर आप एक बार public speaking में कुछ बात, public speaking, it's just like, it's not about speaking in English or Hindi. अगर आप एक स्टेज के सामने सिर्फ हेलो बोल दो, हाउ आर यू बोल दो, हाउ आर यू तो सब बोल सकते हैं, that will certainly eradicate your fear. हम पब्लिक स्पीकिंग में ये नहीं देखते यार इंग्लिश आती है नहीं आती. नो, दैट इज द सेकंड एस्पेक्ट. आप हिंदी में भी बात कर पाओगे पब्लिक स्पीकिंग में. सो यू नीड टू, इट्स नॉट अबाउट directly go to a stage wherein 1000 people are sitting. Start with scratch. धीरे धीरे स्टार्ट करो. सबसे पहले अपने घर में जितने मेंबर्स हैं आप उनके सामने स्टार्ट कीजिए पब्लिक स्पीकिंग. फॉर एग्जांपल, एवरीवन इज सिटिंग एंड यू रिप्रेजेंट समथिंग विद देम, शेयर योर थॉट्स विद देम, right? And then when what happens when we attend our cousin's marriage, sister cousin, or maybe anybody's my friend sister's getting married, or wherever we go, relatives में कहीं भी जाते हैं, वहाँ सबकी families होती है, फिर वहाँ address कीजिए. For example, you are in a place जहाँ कोई शादी attend कर रहे हैं आप, और वहाँ पर होता क्या है, until बारात नहीं आती, डिनर नहीं स्टार्ट होता. तो आप वहाँ पर कैसे स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं? वहाँ पर you have to instruct 200 people कि guys, now food is ready to serve, kindly go. वहाँ से ऐसे माइक लेके बोल सकते हैं. और different प्लेटफॉर्म होते हैं wherein you can start it. In your school, in your class, you can initiate it. A group of if you are a group of 10 people, 10 लोग या 5 लोगों का आपका ग्रुप है, वहां पर से स्टार्ट कर सकते हो. बेसिक बेसिक स्टेप वाइज आपको स्टार्ट करना है. Once you have that confidence, you can go to any platform, but it starts from basics. धीरे धीरे start होता है. So yes, there are more to go. There are certain more things which I'm going to tell you in detail in our coming classes. And as I told you, tomorrow is surprise learning for you. Tomorrow is Friday, and Friday fun करेंगे कल हम. Friday fun में I will tell you an activity, very interesting activity. आप लोग बहुत like करोगे उसको, which I'm going to tell you tomorrow. It's a surprise for you. So keep watching it. Tomorrow same time we will be presenting you something new along with word of the day, right? And what I'm going to say now, I'm going to say that whatever you are learning in every class, I always say please use it, please implement it. At least word of the day use कीजिए. Now if you have any questions for me, any feedback for me, please comment and let me know if you are literally liking it or not. Any other thing you want. I'm sure this is an enriching session for me, because I have received a couple of comments in my previous classes that yes, it's a good platform, they are liking it, and some people come on live every day to see me. It's a very good thing, it motivates me, but I would be more than happy if you want that I want to understand this topic now, कि मुझे ये topic, because हर एक topic को बनाने में it takes a lot of time, which I'm spending every day. I think I conceptualize and I think this is the need of the public as of now. So उस पे मैं काम करता हूँ, and I am doing it for you every day, and I will be doing it. So thank you. I'm saying thank you so much for all the love and likes you have given. I truly appreciate it. So now let us wrap this class. Tomorrow we're gonna meet it again. Thank you so much. I wish you a good night and take care. Bye bye.